welcome to Lost English Country again. And today we're gonna read Magic Treehouse Revolutionary War on Wednesday. And today we'll start it at chapter 5, The Ladder. And the end are reading at chapter 7 because we're reading 2 chapters and 1 book. Okay, and now are you ready for read this 1 book and 2 stories? Now, please thumbs up my YouTube before you see my YouTube. And if you like my YouTube, please thumbs up my YouTube first too. Okay, and now, are you ready for read this 1 book and 2 stories? Now, here we go. And first you can read Magic Treehouse Revolutionary War on Wednesday. Chapter 5, The Ladder. George Washington? Really? Said Annie. Yeah, I think he is, said Jack. Wow, where'd he go? Said Annie. I want to see him again. Come on. She started toward the river. Wait, don't go far, said Jack. I just want to make sure it's him. He opened the Revolutionary War book. He found a picture of the boats and the riverbank. He read, when the General George Washington captured troops by a Delaware River, the commander-in-chief on the war, American Army. The general led an army for 6 years until America became a free and independent nation. In 1789, he was elected a president of the new United States. Oh man, it's him, said Jack. He pointed to a notebook and wrote, General George Washington helped America become an independent. Hey, what are you writing? Someone asked. Jack looked up. He heard the soldiers pointing at him. Jack shoved a revolutionary book and his notebook into his bag. Nothing, sir, he said. He started walking away. The man shouted after Jack, but Jack ran to the river and lost himself in the crowd of soldiers. When he looked over his shoulder, he was relieved. Buried, the man was nowhere inside. Stop, young man, someone shone a lantern in Jack's face. Jack gasped. It was the captain. I told you to go home, Jack. The captain said sternly, where's your sister? And Jack looked around. Where was Annie? I don't know, he said. Find her at once and go back to your family, Jack wondered. Our secret mission was very important. Children will only get in the way. Yes, sir, said Jack. The captain started to leave, but the stop. I wonder if you could do me a favor, Jack, he said. Sure, said Jack. The captain pulled at the ladder. Here's my ladder to my children, he said. It's a farewell ladder. Would you please take it back to your frog green? Yes, sir, said Jack. You must only send it if you hear that we have failed in our mission and have many turtles you're lost, said Captain. Yes, sir, said Jack. The captain handed Jack the ladder. And I copied the general's speech of my children, the captain said. If anything bad happens to me, I hope those words will give me the courage. The captain will turn it and disappear to the crowd. Good luck, Captain, Jack called, and he hoped he would never to send the ladder to man's children. Suddenly, Jack clutched the ladder to his chest. Sam, he whispered. His ladder was riding beam. I looked for something to stand, and he and Annie could go home now. Their mission is over. Jack threw Captain's ladder to his bag, and now he just had to find Annie. As he looked around, he shivered. "Where is she?" he muttered, and Jack started moving toward the crowd looking for Annie. It was hard to see. The wind was blowing harder. The snow fell faster. Jack started to panic. "Annie!" he called. He rode quickly in and out of the crowd, and if he kept calling for her, none of the soldiers noticed him. They were too busy. Finally, Jack came out to the river. Through the lamp and mist, they saw soldiers waiting to get their boats. Some men already climbed aboard. "Jack!" came a cry, and Jack saw a figure of a small girl. She was sitting in the back of the biggest boat. "No way," he whispered, and Jack charged down the boat. He stood on the edge of the water. "What are you doing?" Jack shouted. "It's a George Washington's boat," said Annie, "and it's our big chance to spend the time with him. He might not get another one." And Jack looked in another of a huge boat. Through the mist and the falling of snow, he saw a commander-in-chief talking to his crew. "We can't go with him," said Jack. "We get in the way of the secret mission. Besides, we have something to stand now." "What? How?" said Annie. "A ladder. Captain gave me the ladder to take a Frog Creek," said Jack. "We're only supposed to stand if something bad happens in the captain. We can go home now." "Oh, can we go a little bit later?" Annie said, and Jack climbed out the boat and pulled her. "No, come on," said Jack. He was taking her hand. Suddenly a curve moved back of the boat near Jack and Annie. The man grabbed the oars and started pushing the boat away from the shore. "We're taking off," said Annie. "Now we have to get out," Jack said to the rowers, but they're working too hard to pay the addition. They're using their oars to hack up the ice at the edge of the river. "Excuse me," Jack said in a loud voice. Just then, the boat jolted forward. Jack nearly lost his balance. The boat broke through more ice, rolled slow against its sides. "We have to go back," said Jack. "It's too late," said Annie. They're handed across the Delaware River. "Oh, I think Jack and Annie are going to be very angry for George Washington because Jack and Annie are on a George Washington's boat." So if George Washington saw that Jack and Annie, George Washington might be a little bit angry. And now chapter 6, Crossing the Delaware. Now let's start reading chapter 6 now. A huge boat rotted the river and a giant clumps of a smash against its eyes. "Thanks a lot, Annie," Jack whispered. "I shivered in the snowy cold. We're not supposed to go on their secret mission with them." "It's okay," she whispered. "We can help George Washington." "Are you not?" Jack whispered. "We should be an hour way home now." A boat is a bit of ice. The boat bounced and did top in the river. Jack clung into a wooden side. He hoped that they couldn't turn over. Nobody could survive in the icy water. He thought it would be a sinking on the Titanic. The crew tried hard to keep the boat moving forward. They rode past the clumps into an ice and smoother part of the river. A light from oil lamps shone the water and making the ice clumps behind them glow like a huge glittering jewels. And Jack looked back and another boats are following them. They're full with soldiers, horses, and cannons. Where actually are we going? Annie whispered. Jack shrugged. He reached into his pack and pulled a Revolutionary War book. By the tin lantern light in the boat, he was searching through the book. He found a painting of General Washington crossed in the Delaware River. He showed a painting to Annie. They each read the captain silently. After George Washington crosses the Delaware, there was a lad of his men to a 9-mile marching into a forest post. The post was filled with Hansons and a German soldiers hereby brushes to kite from him. American parrots caught them off the guard. Ahimsa's never died at the parrots who acted a stormy Christmas night. It was a good victory for the parrots. The carpet almost 1,000 hazards earlier. Annie and Washington's men were lost. Yay, we didn't have to send the captain's letter, Annie exclaimed. Shh, said Annie. Shh, said Jack. By the George Washington turning around and looked Jack and Annie. Oh no, Jack cried. They kite again. And George Washington might be very surprised and angry because of Jack and Annie are at George Washington's boat. He closed his eyes as if that would make it invisible. He's coming, said Annie. Oh no, Jack and Annie kite again. Jack looked up. George Washington is making his way back forward then. And the next of the moment, the commander and a ship looked above in the giant shadow. Children, he said in a quiet, angry voice. Sorry, Jack squeaked. Merry Christmas, said Annie. But George Washington didn't say Merry Christmas back. He is very, very angry. Now, Chapter 7, Spies. Oh, I think George Washington knew Jack and Annie the spies because Jack and Annie hide the George Washington's boat and then look everyone doing. And now the Anna reading Magic Trios Revolutionary War on Wednesday story. And did you have fun? It was English Country. Will be come back at chapter 7 and then the Anna reading a chapter 9 tomorrow, okay? And now, are you ready for this 1 book and 2 story for tomorrow, okay? And now, please thumbs in my YouTube. If you didn't thumbs in my YouTube, seeing my today's YouTube, okay? And now,